Welcome back to the show, everybody. We have a great show for you. Ripple has filed their official response to the SEC lawsuit, and it is straight fire. Let's just roll that beautiful intro and get into this.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. We're looking at the market cap collectively over $1 trillion again. Now, I just love seeing this. 14.32%. I'm pulling for, you know what? People say, maxis are not good, and maxis are not good, generally speaking. But you know what? I'm a maxi, but not an XRP maxi. No. I'm a utility maxi. And if your coin has it, I'm behind you. Right now, we're looking at Bitcoin up 18.16% at $33,709, just dipped down below. Ethereum now looking at $13.35 for Ethereum right now at 17.33% up on the 7-day. And coming in at the number 5 spot, courtesy of SEC's dereliction of duty, 31 cents. They can't stop us. And just a couple days ago, the total circulating supply came up by like 42 or 45 million. Shout out to Hiding Out Now for that information. And right now, we are pumping 12% on the 24-hour. We're up, and 4.12% on the 7-day, with the SEC lawsuit hanging on our back. And they're still walking uphill. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love seeing it. Well, you're going to love what we get into about this lawsuit too, so brace yourself. It says XRP is going to explode soon from 2020 XRP. The trading volume has increased from 2 billion to 7.3 billion in the last 24 hours. All of this happening while the U.S. residents are sidelined for the most part, with the exception of a couple exchanges. I've got to tip my hat to Uphold and BitTrue, because you can trade into XRP at BitTrue. You can't buy it direct, but you can at Uphold. And shout out to both of them for their unwavering support. They are remarkable. Now, I just want to start with this before we get into the the points we need to discuss about that Ripple filing with the SEC. And this says right here, U.S. Federal Reserve is hiring a manager for Digital Innovations Policy Program with the focus on areas like stablecoins and central bank digital currencies. The federal program specifically looks at the intersection of digital technologies and payments. Now, you suppose they're opening up that position because they're not doing this? Again, all of this is happening while U.S. residents, generally speaking, are sidelined. Just throwing it out there. It says right here from Crypto Wolf, we want to take note and give a congratulations to Emi Yoshikawa, who will serve as a director of MoneyTap now that Ripple has deepened their position with MoneyTap and SBI. And that is a very, very exciting move. I've had the pleasure of briefly meeting Emi Yoshikawa at the 2019 Swell, and she seemed like a very, very nice person. And I just want to send out a congratulations to her. And it sounds like things are ramping up with SBI, doesn't it? All of this is happening while U.S. residents and retail investors are sidelined basically from XRP, broadly speaking. You'd almost think that while all of this forward motion is taking place, while that is happening, almost seems by design. I mean, one could even suggest, that it's the idea of sucking up the XRP off the exchanges, so by the time we do get a decision, there won't be hardly any left. And if it were to get a security designation, whatever comes off the exchanges at that point, you probably won't be able to get it again on an exchange, because if it has a security designation, you're going to need to be a licensed security broker. So that's an interesting point to note as we move through here. Now, let's go ahead and get into this, because Michael Val 5link says, here's the note that was sent to Ripple employees today regarding Ripple's preliminary legal response to the SEC's complaint. And let's go right to Stuart Alderoty, who says, today we filed our preliminary legal response to the SEC's complaint. With it, we start to set the record straight and correct many misconceptions and contradictions within their allegations. Let's take a look at his little thread here, and shout out to Stuart Alderoty and the entire team of lawyers and the Ripple staff. So no other country has classified XRP as a security. Ding, 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 ding. That's a good one. The SEC is at odds with its counterparts in the U.S. peers and other G20 markets. That's another great point. Ripple never held an ICO, nor did we ever sell or offer XRP as an investment. That is a body slam dunk right there. For 8 years, XRP has traded in an open market independent of Ripple. Woo. How about that for Stuart Alderoty coming out of the gate on you? We also filed a Freedom of Information Act asking how the SEC determined Ethereum evolved from a security to not a security. No explanation or guidance was given why. We're simply asking for the rules to be, 1, stated clearly, and 2, applied consistently. Yeah. This is a big deal. We're not defending this case just for ourselves. We are fighting for everyone who has been hurt by the SEC's filing to restore order to the markets, and most importantly, for industry clarity. We will push to get this case resolved as quickly as possible. And finally, he writes down here, for our full legal filing, see this link, and the link is right here, and it is 93 pages of whoop ass, because Ripple is not backing down. Now, I want to take you to our resident community lawyer here, who's really just been amazing. This is Jeremy Hogan. If you haven't gone and liked and subscribed to his channel, you really should do so. And I just want to personally, again, I've done this before, but I want to thank Jeremy Hogan for his professional opinion, and it's his opinion. And I appreciate his guidance as these legal papers become public, and his professional opinion about what he sees in them. You know, I'm not a lawyer, and I just think it's great to have access to somebody like this. So shout out to Jeremy Hogan, and you have an open invitation to be on this show, my friend. There's no question about that. Now, let's go ahead and start at the 2-minute mark. Some of this you will hear is really in support of the thread that was shared by Stuart Alderoty, and then there's some points I want to make along with what Jeremy is pointing out as well. So let's listen to this first one right here at 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Listen to this.
Paragraph 10 says, quote, Ripple holds a large percentage of XRP, but that alone does not and cannot render an investment contract. Many entities own large amount of commodities. Exxon holds large quantities of oil. De Beers owns large quantities of diamonds. Such large commodity holders inevitably have interests aligned with purchasers of the underlying assets, but that does not convert the asset into a security. The analogy is perfect. I love this. And it deals well with the allegation that's all over the SEC lawsuit that somehow Ripple holding a lot of the XRP somehow makes it a security. 1 point to Ripple for that. But I really think that Ripple's best legal argument comes in paragraph 13, where it takes on the Howey test and says, quote, XRP categorically differs from the various business arrangements that Congress authorized the SEC to regulate, all of which, unlike Ripple, involve schemes devised by those who seek to use the money of others on the promise of profits.
Now, let me stop right there, because first of all, it's an amazing point. We all pretty much, if you've been in this space for any length of time, remember the Exxon Chevron analogy that, we sell these things just like Exxon sells oil, but it doesn't make oil a security, right? It's a commodity, and it is a great analogy. However, let's hold up a second, because we do have to look at the whole picture. And I just wanted to add to this that the real question here is that Exxon doesn't hold the rest of the world's oil in an escrow account that's cryptographically auto-locked. That part's a little different. So as far as us just keeping no blinders on here and really paying attention to the points that make sense, I agree. It definitely has a commodity feel to that analogy of Ripple, XRP, Chevron oil, Exxon oil. But again, don't lose sight of the fact that Exxon and Chevron don't have the rest of the world's oil in a warehouse somewhere that's cryptographically auto-locked the way Ripple is the steward of the release of the rest of the world's XRP. That is slightly different. However, point noted, just want full disclosure, keep our eyes open. Now, let's go here to this clip, and it's just about 15 seconds or so, and listen to this right here.
At the end, where all the best stuff is, I think, is the bomb that Ripple is waiting to drop. Quote, Ripple never held an ICO, never offered future tokens to raise money, and has no contracts with the vast majority of XRP holders.
Bingo. That's a really great one because they didn't. And a reminder is that before Ripple became Ripple, the company was called OpenCoin. That is where the coins were created, and then they were gifted to Ripple, the company. And that is important to note because they never held an ICO to fundraise off of the asset. They were gifted from OpenCoin to Ripple. I just wanted to make note of that for those who did not know that. Okay, now let's see. And he makes a great analogy about a diamond ring and doesn't give you access to a diamond mine, just like owning a gold necklace from a store doesn't give you rights to a gold mine. It's pretty basic, straight ahead there. But let's go ahead to the next clip here, which is at 4 minutes. And here we go right here. So let's listen to this right here.
Paragraph 15. Listen to this. I'm paraphrasing, quote, the complaint harms not only Ripple, but also the millions of XRP holders. It is especially important the court rapidly determined that Ripple's current distribution of XRP are not investment contracts and quickly provide clarity to the market.
Absolutely. Now, this, I just want to say, is a great spot because it does recognize the damage that's been done by the SEC from the dereliction of duty of the SEC for the last 7 years. If they had an issue, they should have taken issue early on. The point I wanted to make here is I believe what we're about to see with the outcome of this, no matter what they call it, I believe we're about to see the regulatory height bar or the regulatory door get shut in such a way that another company will not be able to get widespread adoption in the same manner that Ripple has, because Ripple has had a 7-year running time to get out here and to get this adopted and to get this implemented in many different areas and industries around the world with different governments and central banks and payment providers and small medium enterprises, right? You know the drill. Financial institutions, remittance companies. All of this has been done over the last 7 years, and they've had the room to do it. And once this clarity comes out, whoever comes behind this trying to achieve what Ripple has will now have the regulatory hurdles in front of them as a height bar for entry. And that, I believe, is the final nail in the coffin in a good way that says, boom, Ripple's the chosen one. That's why they worked with the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force and yada, yada, yada since 2016, 17, and on and on and on. And if you look back at that, I see to myself something that more looked commissioned, and now you have this case which has some very, very weak spots in it because of the 7-year hiatus of SEC doing their actual full duty here, which has given Ripple the time to make these claims and to really establish the position that they currently have today. Now, am I saying that they worked in tandem? I don't know. That's above my pay grade. All I'm saying is that it looks to me that once this case does resolve, regardless of what they call it, I believe that the XRP token will be able to operate at its full-scale intended use. The real question is how will it affect retail investors going forward? Will we still be able to buy it off exchanges and hold it in the manner that we do today? Or will we have to go through some kind of broker-dealer because of a security designation of some sort? And I'm not talking about a security designation that entitles you to Ripple the company at all. What I'm talking about is the idea that the ledger could be a security, the token could be a utility token. They could go many different ways for this for a settlement. So keep a very open mind as we move through this material and move through this process of watching the SEC case play out. Okay, so now we move forward now to the next spot here, which is at 5:19. Here we go, right here. Okay, here we go right here.
Can be the smallest. Look at paragraph 9 and 10 hidden in there. This is the heart of the matter, where Ripple denies that it ever offered or sold investment contracts in its distribution of XRP. Now, I want to take you to the end of the answer where the really surprising stuff is, but really briefly, I just want to point out what some of the best lawyering on Ripple's behalf is that I've seen so far.
Listen to this, because this is absolutely wonderful and very, very genius, as he says here, at what Ripple has done and their lawyers have done here. Very, very good.
Now, along with the answer, Ripple filed a request under the Federal Sunshine Law, which I think is the FOIA, which asks for documents pertaining to the SEC's informal opinion that Ethereum is not a security. Here's a story about it. Now, the story says that the defense gets desperate. I would very strongly disagree with that headline, because this is not a desperation move. This is genius.
That's right.
As I told you in my last vlog.
So basically what they've done is Ripple has asked in the actual filing back to respond to the SEC. Even though it wasn't an official decision, you have concluded that Ethereum was not a security. They are insisting now that the SEC show the evidence that the SEC used to derive that conclusion about Ethereum. And what an amazing point that is, because now the SEC is rocked back on its heels, and it is up to them to prove what they used. There's I don't know if you follow sports. I don't anymore, but back in the day, there was a great coach, Chuck Knowles of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he used to ask the players when they came to the sideline, when they made a mistake, I want you to walk me through the decision process you made before you made that penalty on the field. And they'd be like, I know, coach, I should have done it. He said, no, don't tell me you shouldn't have done it. I want you to walk me through your thought process of what you were thinking the moments before you decided to cause a penalty for the team. Chuck Knowles. Amazing. Coaches are amazing. And, this is that same thing. And it's a lot like my father, God rest his soul. I want you to walk me through what you were thinking right before you decided to do that stupid thing. You know what I mean? And this is exactly where we're at with this point. And the lawyers absolutely have teed up something very beautiful, because we all know that Ethereum has severe problems, just as Bitcoin does, when it comes to mining control and things of that nature. So that's a tough putt, as they say. So let's go ahead and look at this next spot down here, and this will be the last spot here. And here we go right here. All right.
So now recall, I made a big deal in a prior vlog that the SEC didn't sue for a declaratory judgment that XRP was a security. The SEC could have asked for a ruling on that, but it didn't. It only asked for monetary damages and relief that would affect the escrowed XRP. Well, take a look at Ripple's second affirmative defense on page 90. XRP is not a security. Quote, Ripple did not violate Section 5 of the Securities Act because XRP is not a security, and therefore no registration was required with the sale of XRP. So in effect, Ripple itself has requested the complete ruling that the SEC did not.
And that's the big point right there. Ripple said, you know what? We're going the distance, baby. We're going the distance. And that, to me, says a lot, because going the distance and looking for a not a security designation above and beyond what the SEC was seeking, which was really pay-to-play fines. I'm not a lawyer. I can just go ahead and say it. But the reality here is, for me, is that the Ripple team has decided, no, this isn't good enough. We need to go the distance right while we're here and get the designation and classification we need, one way or another, that settles this forever. And you know what? That also sets the stage for this may go all the way to the Supreme Court. Yeah, don't believe it. It's still true. All right, look, that's going to do it for me. This is incredible. And talk about putting a breath of fresh air into the market. XRP is responding at 32 cents right now. And I tell you, this just gets more interesting, because as Jeremy said in this, and shout out to Jeremy Hogan again, who's just been a beacon of light in this time for the XRP holders out here. wherever this goes, we are going to get the clarity we need one way or another. And to me, as an investor, as a holder in this asset, that is extremely exciting. No matter how long I gotta wait, I know that what I'm waiting for is resolution, and we're about to get it. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Share with somebody you know, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, crypto tax fixer Clinton Donnelly. If you need help with your taxes, that's the guy. Click the link in the description box in the comment section and set up an appointment with him. He has helped so many people. I think he's helped recover like over $40 million from people who have been hung up in tax audits because of crypto. Make sure you check him out, and I will catch all of you on the next one.